Tears as healing. Why crying is good for you. Hi there. When was the last time you cried? And what did you feel afterward? Shame? Weakness? The urge to apologize to someone for your tears? Today I want to talk to you about how crying is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful healing mechanism built into us by nature. And maybe after this conversation, you'll see your tears in a completely different way. Tears are not breakdown. They are release. When we cry, it feels like we're falling apart. There's a voice in our head. Pull yourself together. Don't fall apart. What will people think? We see tears as a loss of control, a sign that we're not coping. But what if I told you that when you cry, you're not breaking down? You're letting go. Imagine your emotions as water in a kettle. When there's too much water and it boils, steam comes out through the spout. That doesn't mean the kettle is broken. It means it's working properly, protecting itself from an explosion. Tears are your natural safety valve. They release built-up tension, keeping it from destroying you from the inside. What happens in the body when we cry? Let's talk about what actually happens in your body when you cry. Although science is still studying many aspects of this process, some things we already know for sure. Studies show that when we cry, our breathing stabilizes and heart rate slows down. These are signs that the parasympathetic nervous system is activating, the part responsible for relaxation. People who cry tend to have more stable breathing compared to those who hold back their tears. Scientists have also discovered an interesting fact. Emotional tears differ in composition from regular tears caused by irritants. Emotional tears contain more proteins and hormones, including stress hormones like cortisol. Some studies show a decrease in cortisol levels after crying, though results are still mixed. What we do know for sure is that many people report feeling physical and emotional relief after crying. Maybe it's not only about biochemistry, but also psychological factors. The effect of crying on physical health. Some studies show a link between crying and lower blood pressure. When we suppress emotions, our bodies can stay in a state of tension. The heart works harder, blood vessels constrict. There are also studies examining the connection between emotion suppression and cardiovascular diseases. Scientists have found that people who constantly suppress their feelings may suffer more often from heart and vascular problems. Although the direct link between crying and heart health is still being studied, the logic is clear. If crying helps reduce stress and tension, it might benefit the whole body. Many people report feeling physical relief after crying. Breathing slows down and deepens. Have you noticed how your breathing changes during and after crying? At first, it may be shallow and shaky, but gradually it becomes deeper and calmer. This happens because crying activates the vagus nerve, the main nerve of the parasympathetic system. When it turns on, breathing automatically slows and deepens. This sends a signal to your brain. The danger has passed, you can relax now. Deep breathing after crying is nature's way of recovery. Your body heals itself, and you don't need to do anything for it. Suppression can be energy draining. In our society, it's common to think that suppressing emotions is a sign of strength. Real men don't cry. Strong women keep it together. But research shows that constant emotional suppression comes at a cost. Constant suppression requires energy. Imagine holding a heavy stone in your hands all day. By evening, you'll be exhausted, even if you didn't do anything else physically. Studies link emotional suppression to higher stress levels, cardiovascular issues, and reduced immunity. Although the mechanisms behind these links are still being studied, many experts agree. Emotions need to be expressed, not stored. My personal story. I used to be proud that I rarely cried. I saw it as a sign of strength and maturity. When something went wrong, I clenched my teeth and kept going. But over time, I started to notice that I was becoming more tense, irritable, and my sleep worsened. The breaking point came after an especially tough period at work. I held on for months, but one day I just couldn't anymore. I broke down in tears right at my desk. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, I felt relief. Since then, I stopped seeing tears as my enemy. Now I understand. When I feel like crying, my body needs a release, and I give it that. Tears as self-help. It's important to understand. Crying is not a sign that you're not coping. It's a sign that you're taking care of yourself. When a child cries, we don't tell them to pull it together. We understand that they need help. Adults need that help too sometimes, and sometimes the only one who can give it is ourselves. By allowing ourselves to cry, we give ourselves first aid. Tears are internal therapy, available to everyone at any time. Yes, after crying you'll have puffy eyes and a red nose, but that's temporary. The stress you were carrying inside can stay for much longer if you don't let it out. When society says, "Don't cry," we live in a culture that devalues tears. This is especially true for men, but women also often hear, "Don't cry. Get a grip. Don't act like a child." But what if we flip this logic? What if the ability to cry isn't childishness but wisdom? Children cry when they're upset and recover quickly. Adults hold it in and carry stress for years. Maybe we should learn from children instead of retraining them? How to create a safe space for tears. If you've been holding back tears for a long time, it may be hard at first to let them flow. Here are a few tips for creating a safe space for your emotions. Find a place where no one will disturb you. It could be your bedroom, bathroom, car. What matters is that you feel safe. Give yourself permission. Tell yourself, "Right now I can cry. It's okay and it's helpful." Sometimes we need to hear these words, even from ourselves. Don't rush. Let the tears flow for as long as they need to. Don't try to stop or speed up the process. What to do after crying. After a good cry, your body might need extra care. You might feel thirsty. That's normal. Your body is replenishing lost fluid. You might feel sleepy. Also a natural reaction. Crying takes energy, and afterward the body often asks for rest. Pay attention to how you feel. Many people say they feel empty after crying, but in a good way, as if space inside has opened up for something new. Conclusion. Your tears are not a sign of weakness. They're a sign that your body knows how to take care of itself, that ancient healing mechanisms are working within you. When you cry, you're not falling apart. You're releasing built-up tension. You're making space for calm, for healing, for new possibilities. Next time you feel like crying, don't resist. Find a safe place and let the tears come. This isn't weakness. This is self-help in the truest sense. You cried? Great. That was self-care. That was healing. That was love for yourself in action. If this video helped you see your emotions differently, share it with someone who might also need permission to be human. And in the comments, tell us, is crying easy for you? Or is it still a challenge? Let's support each other in embracing all our emotions. Remember, if tears become your only way of coping with emotions, or if crying is accompanied by thoughts of self-harm, it's important to reach out to a professional. Crying is a healthy response, but sometimes we need extra support.